Thank you.
Okay, with that, I will open up the public hearing at 8:24, and I will take testimony for those that are in favor or dislike this or would like to make general comments. If you'd like to come up, please state your name. You will have 3 minutes, sir, and your address.
I'm David Gies, 909 East 3rd Street. I have come to comment on the budget for this coming year and emphasize what a wonderful opportunity the city had in front of it if you decide to move during this budget year in a cooperation with area citizens to construct a non-motorized walkway at 3rd Street and Paradise Creek. Building a bicycle pedestrian bridge is a project we can accomplish this year with big returns in connecting people in a neighborhood-friendly way. Page 220 of your budget lists the 3rd Street pedestrian bridge as a capital improvement. This is very encouraging and will yield great dividends as it considers, how to connect walkers and cyclists more effectively and efficiently. The donations we have already collected for this purpose should help make this possible. Matching the community's goals with very important programs as walkable neighborhoods, especially for elementary students and handicapped citizens, our group would welcome the opportunity to assist in making this project a reality. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Geis.
Victoria Seaver, 121 North Lily. Briefly, I support the general obligation bond. These items have been repeatedly delayed and are needed. I am particularly aware the police station is located on a major one-way street and has to use the alleys to go in opposite direction, even during an urgent responding to calls. I know our police do a lot of work themselves to improve the station, but they can't do it all, and they can't fabricate a newer and bigger building. The volunteer fire personnel defray a lot of insurance costs to the city and residents. The U of I will cover half the cost of a ladder truck. It's time we step up and support these vital services, which are for our benefit in safety and security. I am a strong supporter of parks, and I want to see them further developed. A recent decision to have some minimal in-house construction done, or I don't know if you decided yet or not, but yeah, consideration, to create usable green space is a good move. If people have stopped donating to park development, it's not that they don't care, but that they're frustrated and are withholding contributions until they see something's getting done. Build what you can, and they are likely be forthcoming, and they may help support the bond. Paving is a huge challenge. It's your #1 external major challenge area, so I can't begrudge trying to get a jump on that one. A couple other things to mention besides the bond. You know we need and want a downtown restroom, which will serve many events and general use as well as the farmers market. It represents a partnership with the businesses versus relying too heavily on those who can provide bathrooms, but at a significant cost and burden and far more than their share. A town of Moscow's stature and size needs to do this, and we want a quality product that fits our downtown center and character. We want it to reflect the pride we take in our events, businesses, and services like the Chamber. I'd like to see frugal progress on our entryways to show off our town and invite people in. I concur with providing some support to entities that merit edging outside the usual parameters. We just helped out Sojourners. Something like that may come up again, so Sojourners would be an example where we've given them some assistance. They hit multiple areas where they give people a hand up in order to regain their independence and productivity. And as a society, if we fail to give support to strong social services, it will cost us in dollars and lives. So something that might come up in the future. I think the ice rink is worth considering for a portion of the Hamilton Fund, and if the I's and the T's work out, Their impact reaches further than games, such as providing a variety of educational activities and being inclusive with other age groups along with youth activities. Walter's not here, but as he noted, they're working in the black, which bodes well for an investment. Always work diligently to conserve and address our water and aquifer for sustainable growth and wise usage. Good job on the Yscape out front and conservation incentives. And good work on leveraging so many projects through assistance grants.
Thank you, Victoria. Others that would like to come up and testify about the budget on any level or whatsoever? Gary, comes in. Okay.
I don't get up that often, so. John Freeland, 815 West C. Just wanted to say balanced budgets are good budgets. So thank you so much to everyone who did such a good job on this budget for our city. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Gary, do we, I guess we're done with public testimony out there. We have other communications, emails, and
Yes, you
folks
received, I believe the city clerks received one communication from Nancy Cheney. It was all provided to you by email and in writing, so it's for your consideration as well.
Okay, so that email that Nancy Cheney sent everybody is on record. Okay, with that, going once, going twice, I close the public hearing at 8:31. Arthur.
I think the budget does what it's supposed to. It doesn't include everything that everybody wants. It's a little bit like having Christmas when you were 10 years old. You had a long list and you didn't get it all, but you got a good chunk of it. And I think this budget fits the 10-year-old list that I had. Boy, that's drawing it out there, isn't it? But I think it provides what we need to run the city responsibly and with fiscal conservatism and consideration, and I think it takes care of many of our needs that we need for the city for keeping it going, especially with the additional money for the streets and the allocation of funds for the other projects that Gary described.
I don't have anything to add. I wondered if we could move to accept the budget.
You sure can if you
I
want
would
to make
like-
a motion.
Okay, so, but it says approve the attached resolution, so do I need to move it as a resolution?
Well, there's two things. What you got is, there's an ordinance under,
The first one, okay. So I move to approve the ordinance under suspension of rules requiring 3 complete and separate readings, and that it be read by title and published by summary.
and there's also a Part B there, too.
Part B, to
Catherine.
also authorize the mayor's execution of the L2 property tax certification in the aggregate amount of $5,481,564.
Your Honor, if I may, I'd prefer that you did that in 2 separate actions since one requires waiver of the rules.
You want 2 separate motions?
Yes, and then approve the L2 after that,
So I
if that would be
withdraw my
okay.
motion.
Okay.
And I will reapply a new motion to just approve the ordinance under the suspension of the rules requiring 3 complete and separate readings, and that be read by title and published by summary.
I'll second.
Okay, Catherine's made a motion, and John's made a second to approve the ordinance under the suspensions of the rules requiring 3 complete separate readings that be read by title and published by summary on our appropriation ordinance. Anybody want any question with that? Everybody know where we're at on this? Okay, I'll start with you, John.
Aye.
As Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce, I need to recuse myself from the section
Okay.
that involves the Chamber. But for the rest of it, aye.
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 Okay. Now, I've got to read this. Hang on just a second here. Let me get this. Ordinance 2016-11. Okay, ordinance number 2016-11, an ordinance entitled the Annual Appropriation Ordinance appropriating $73,875,804 for the purpose of defraying all necessary expenses and liabilities of the City of Moscow, Latah County, State of Idaho for the 2017 fiscal year beginning the first day of October 2016 and ending the 30th day of September 2017, and allocating resources by fund and said appropriations for the objects and purposes set forth in this ordinance, levying ad valorem taxes in the amount of $5,571,687 for the 2017 fiscal year, providing that the provisions of this ordinance be deemed severable, providing for this ordinance to be in full force and effect from and after its passage, approval, and publication according to law.
You can read now.
Ooh, that was a long mouthful. Okay.
Mr. Mayor,
John,
I would make a motion that we authorize the mayor's execution of the L-2 property tax certification in the aggregate amount of $5,481,546.
I second that.
okay, we've got a motion by John, a second by Art to authorize the mayor's execution of L2 property tax certification in an aggregate amount of $5,481,546. Everybody clear on that? Good to go? Catherine, we'll start with
Aye.
you.
Aye.
Aye.
I'm
Okay.